Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with health news, sponsored by 4M Dental. Love your smile again. The Clark County Commission held quite an eventful emergency meeting, which just concluded with the Southern Nevada Health District in response to the spiking COVID cases. The commission voted to implement a mask mandate for employees to wear masks in crowded indoor public spaces, even those vaccinated. The commission also wants companies to submit plans on how to combat rising COVID cases and increase vaccinations. The mask requirement takes effect Thursday at midnight.
So it's all employees, when they are in public indoor spaces, must be masked. If they're in their office or their cubicle, they don't need to be masked. But when they come into public spaces, they must mask.
The public comment period alone lasted for over an hour.
I'm asking you, please, let us live, making a choice, please. I can't do this another year.
We support a mask mandate to help curb transmission rates until we can up our vaccination rates throughout Clark County.
The commission will reconvene on August 17th. For full coverage on this COVID emergency meeting, watch our full live stream. And other top stories sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A new poll shows Governor Steve Sisolak is getting high marks from Nevada voters. 60% approved the governor's handling of the pandemic, and 53% approved his handling of the economy. For a further breakdown, head over to lvrj.com. And during this pandemic, the Siegel Group's eviction practices are under scrutiny by a U.S. House panel. It's one of 4 companies under review for not fully complying with the CDC moratorium requirements. A Review-Journal investigation looked into the Siegel Suites and Siegel Select here in Vegas. The panel has requested the Siegel company turn in its policies, internal communications, eviction records by August 3rd. Over in Henderson, police are investigating the suspicious deaths of 2 children. Officers reportedly found a 1-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy dead at the scene Monday night. They're investigating this case as homicides.
It was all blocked off. People were coming in and out. I think we may have heard, the grandparents or relatives come by. It was just a scene in which it was extremely unfortunate. It was extremely saddening to, have this happen in the neighborhood for sure.
Anyone with information is urged to call police, and you can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers. Now to your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. We're in for more rain this week. Tonight, temps should dip down to the upper 80s. As for the rest of the week, not much sunshine coming in tomorrow. As you can see, we're expecting partly cloudy skies all week. Temps should drop down slightly throughout the week, down to the 90s early next week. Expect some humidity as well during this monsoon season.
Here's the latest in sport. The Oakland Athletics' desires to relocate became even more apparent on Tuesday when the team's proposal for a waterfront ballpark was not approved by the Oakland City Council. Instead, council members voted 6-1 to approve an amended counter proposal.
The current term sheet, even with these amendments, is not something that the A's have consensus around. It's not a term sheet that we proposed with edits that we kind of have come together in mutual agreement. And I just really want to stress that, voting yes on something that we don't agree with or we don't have consensus around is not an effective path forward. And so I really want to work with the council to see how we can get something we agree to voted on before the recess, as opposed to voting on something that doesn't work for our side.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The opening ceremony isn't until Friday, but the U.S. women's soccer team begins its Olympic campaign overnight at 1:30 a.m. Pacific Time Wednesday against Sweden. The U.S. is a -220 favorite at the Westgate, Sweden is +780, and a draw pays 3-1. The U.S. is the -225 favorite to win the gold medal, followed by Great Britain at 6-1 and the Netherlands at 8-1.
In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, bank on accountability. Nevada casinos are riding a hot streak with record numbers of people gambling. But with rising COVID cases, will this trend last? So far, analysts say Las Vegas exceeded the latest projections, with gaming wins topping $1 billion during the spring. And those numbers could pick up even more when international travel restrictions ease. However, with COVID concerns, quote, any shutdowns that occur now feel like they will have a much more negative impact on the industry than shutdowns that happened back in March. Now to your lifestyle news, sponsored by Oakmont Assisted Living and Memory Care, the best care for the best life. They say it's never too late to start something new. Review Journal's Renee Summerhour has the story of one Olympian and cirque performer who's found a new niche in real estate. Good evening, Renee.
Jen, in 1992, Paul Bowler went to Barcelona, Spain as a member of the Great Britain's men artistic gymnastics team. He then earned the team the bronze medal at the 1994 Commonwealth Games in Canada. He planned to represent Great Britain again in 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia, but with a knee injury in 95, things had to change. But then Cirque called.
I was with Cirque du Soleil for 6 months. Within that 6 months, I was performing in front of Prince Charles. I've met the Queen. I performed for the Queen. It was incredible, you know, so it was really minor. There was no money, there was no fame and adulation there in Great Britain for gymnastics, but now there is. There absolutely is.
Bowler says he's not a former Olympian or cirque performer. He just says he was a little cheeky boy who used to do somersaults on the bed. Jen?
In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Lady Gaga is heading back to Vegas, but maintaining a poker face about her exact dates. What we know so far, as a nod to her past Vegas residency, she's set to perform with Tony Bennett at Radio City Music Hall. And over at Caesar's Palace, Usher and his infamous Ush Bucks have made their comebacks. His Coliseum residency opened Friday night, complete with pole dancing and making it rain with Ush Bucks counterfeit bills with Usher's face plastered on them. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. You can watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7. Sleep tight.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.